year, we had good seniors as leaders, but it wasn't built up to the team that we wanted it to be. My junior year, we had a really strong team, but unfortunately we lost me and another player for the state championship with injuries. And then this year, I can't argue with how we did this year. I'm happy with our year.
And of course in state basketball too.
Yeah, state basketball. And track. We made it there too.
And a nice way to finish off your high school career being here too, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right, well, great job on defense, and best of luck here in the second half.
All right, thank you.
All right, there's Matthew Crowninger, defensive back here on the West squad. We'll take it back up to you in the booth, John.
All right, thank you, Mike. And a short gain by Kaylin Weber of Golden Plains. Bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the West. 2:31 to go in the third. 32-16, the East out in front. And that was a big interception by Crowninger, no doubt about that.
Oh, yeah, if the East goes down and scores again, for all intents and purposes, the ball game is over. Now they're faced with a big 3rd and 10. They've done a good job of keeping their defense off the field. They need to convert one more time.
A little reverse action here to Granillo. Cuts back. Going to be short of a 1st down. He had a nice gain, but he needed about 11, and I think he got about 5.
He, too, had his quarterback out in front, Stebbins blocking, but a nice job, and I believe in the person of Ethan Diedrich, who did most of the work there. Took on a couple lead blockers and forced Granillo back inside where he had some more friendly help in terms of the East defenders. So he kept Diedrich kept Granillo from going a long ways, I believe.
4th down and 5.
Big play.
Ball at the 36. Stebbins is the quarterback. Weber is the tailback. Ends in tight. They'll give it to Weber. I think he's going to be short.
It's going to be really close. Depends on where the spot is.
Yeah, I think his knee was down. I think his knee was down before the 39.
They're going to measure, but I think you're right. It's going to be awfully close, but I think he's just going to be a few inches short.
I believe so. I haven't had a chance to ask. I hope Mike and Don are staying hydrated there on the sideline. Are you staying hydrated, Mike?
Yeah, I had a Mountain Dew during halftime.
All right, good.
John had water, so... I should say Don had water. Well, what about you guys up there?
Well, John had water too, and okay. I think Kurt's working on a Diet Pepsi, so we're working on it.
I think that's one of the things the trainers ask for you to drink lots of Mountain Dew when you're trying to stay hydrated.
I think so. Well, Mike needs a sugar rush.
Well, I have a 8-month-old daughter at home. I'll tell you right now, I drink lots of Mountain Dew to keep my energy.
I bet you do. All right, 1st and 10 for the East. The ball at midfield as the West was held short. There's Engelken of Baileyville B&B. He's going to break it. He's to the 20. 10. Is he going to get in there? Dives across the pylon. Touchdown. 40 yards. Mitch Engelken, Baileyville B&B. What a run.
Well, that's number 40 who went 40 from the 40.
Wow.
You could tell just a burst of adrenaline when he got through around that end, and the last 10 yards was about 2 steps and a dive, and Jeff Zimmer looked at Rodney Paulin. Jeff had the goal line, Rodney had the out-of-bounds line, and they both conferred and gave Engelken the touchdown.
Well, and you love it. You love it when the referees in any sport get together and get it right, and that's what they did.
And they didn't come together to talk. They just looked at each other and made sure neither one was going to call out of bounds or down, and then the hands went up. It was good officiating.
Back to pass is Huerter. Escapes the grasp of the lineman, puts it in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And let's see, 28 on the catch for
That's 20. That was that.
Oh, that was two. Okay, it was Jonathan Keating of Frankfort.
Full advantage of that 6'4" tight end and threw it down low. He went down to his knees and caught it. Just tossed it to the corner, did Huerter, where Keating was.
So your score with 1:08 to go in the third is East 40 and West 16. All-Star football. KPSVradio.com online. Here's the onside kick by the East. And a good job by, as simple as it sounds, Kurt, on that onside kick play, that was a good job by number 22, Lucas Ingham of Chase. You know, you can get too fancy sometimes. You can try to run it back. You just need to plop on that thing, and that's what he did.
Well, he had good hands because he kind of lost his legs. The ball bounced a little bit funny, and he kept his eyes on it. And then how about Will Bixenman? And you'll think this is insignificant, but Bixenman was right there and jumped on top of him. I wonder how many times it appears somebody has the ball and it squirts out.
Yep.
You got and then protect your player. And so it was two people there. You got to give credit to Ingham. He made the real play, but Bixenman was right there doing his job.
Back to pass and incomplete. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Well, we've said it many, many times. They're 3 scores out. That's not insurmountable, but I have just been completely impressed with the East squad and their poise the whole game. Even when they were down 16-0, you couldn't tell. You preach that as coaches. You shouldn't be able to tell whether you're winning or losing, but they just went about their business. And how about, you know, you said it earlier, we talk about the skill people, but how about the defense of the East? They've given up 8 points. The special teams gave up the other touchdown.
Nice pass to Granillo. And the fumble, and the ball's out there on the ground. Let's see, a scramble for it.
I think Jacob Bott has it. No,
Granillo got it back. Well, I'll tell you what, we've talked so much about the East getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers and the Baileyville B&B kids, Stoppel of Wilson, and the West trying to do the same thing. And if I'm the West, I'm going to try to get to Granillo the ball as much as I can.
Well, and I think the West is more comfortable with the power attack. I don't think I think Stebbins is better leading the run charge than maybe throwing to receivers he's not used to. But once again, when you're down 24 with just a quarter to go, you lose some of that options. But, you know, maybe it's just a sweep play. Maybe it's a screen play to Granillo. But I think you're right. If you can get him in the open field.
Stebbins' pass is picked off. Picked off by number 7, Brent Bruna of Hanover.
Trivia question, where is Bruna from? Well, you beat me to it already, but, you know, how many are there?
Well, there's a million of them.
Is that like Files in Beloit where they just, there's a whole bunch?
And here's the significance of that pick by Brent Bruna. The proud cousin running the board for us, Jeff Giesbrecht, is Brent Bruna's cousin.
Is that right?
So, yeah, so I know he's rooting for Brent back at the studio. So Brent Bruna with the pick to give the East the ball at the 15-yard line, working right to left. So the West just unable to string anything together. Huerter will pitch the ball to Engelken. Engelken to the 30. There he goes. Inside West territory, cuts back. He's going to go all the way for the touchdown. Mitch Engelken is going to go 64 yards. Mitch Engelken of Baileyville B&B takes it 64 yards to make it 46-16. And just under a second to go in the third quarter.
Well, he put a move that time on Jeremiah White. White did a good job, had a good angle, but they were out in the open field enough that Engelken just kind of got his center of gravity down a little bit. He had the option going left or right, and he got White to shift his hips, and then he cut back, and ball game was over.
Engelken again, might be a little bit shy of the PAT. He is PAT no good. So we're going to keep it right here since we're so close to the fourth quarter break here, the break between the third and the fourth quarter, I should say. And what a week it has been. Started off on Tuesday as the players checked into these 8-man all-star camps, and they started practicing Tuesday night. The perfect gentlemen, and it has just been a great week, and you get to culminate that on today, the game day. All right, here's the kick, another squib kick, and the West will cover that, and that is the end of the third quarter. So after 3 in the books, your score from the 8-man 2 Kansas 8-man football all-star game is East 46 and West 16. More all-star football on KPSV after this timeout. Earlier today, the West won, defeated the East 36-0, and the East trying to get a little revenge on the West in the 2 game. First and 10 for the West at their own 37-yard line. Quarterback is Stebbins from Ashland. He'll hand the ball off straight ahead to Guy Fulmer of Dighton, and a nice gain on first down for Fulmer. They'll have a second down at about 2.
Well, we talked a moment ago, the temperature, I believe, was 90. The wind's blowing 20 to 25, and the wind's helping these players. But I bet there's a lot of farmers in the field in several county areas listening to the ball game today that are pretty pleased with the weather conditions now. I want some rain here in a few days for their row crops.
I would say so. We'll go down the sidelines after this play. A fumble. I think the West got back on it. We'll send it down to Mike McKenna, who's on the West sideline.
Thanks, John. We're here with Thunder Ridge's Dakota Foreman, who's been playing D-line here for the West squad, and obviously on the scoreboard isn't going right now, but talk about this week just a little bit, what it's been like for you.
Oh, it's been a fun week, and we've had a good group of guys to be with, and I know we're down right now, but we're still a team together, and we're trying to fight back.
Yeah, that's one thing about it. I think that's one thing that you can kind of look on the sideline here. You guys still good body English, everybody's still finding a way.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's a good group of guys, and we came together pretty good this week. So hopefully we can fight. I don't know if we'll be able to pull it out, but we'll try.
When you look at this team, have you guys really developed good chemistry in a short amount of time?
Yeah, I think we have. I mean, you can see today we're kind of struggling on offense a little bit, and we've missed some assignments on defense, but that's what you kind of get with trying to throw a whole bunch of good players together in 4 days. You can't work out all the tweaks.
Well, I know this has got to be a heck of a finish for you in your high school career. You know, you win a state championship. How's this kind of rank up there? Is that kind of up there, too, being with, a state title and being a part of this All-Star game?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great honor to be a part of the All-Star game, but, it's nice to be winning, too.
Well, obviously. And tell us about the state title. Are you guys still buzzing about that still this day?
Oh, yeah, and I think we'll be buzzing about it for a long time in town still. It's just something you'll never forget.
Pretty special time, for you and the rest of Thunder Ridge there as well. So congratulations on making the All-Star game, and best of luck in college as well.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys, let's send it back up to you.
All right, thanks, Mike. Of course, Dakota Foreman, one of the key cogs in the Thunder Ridge State Championship last fall. Second down for the West. On the left side, the handoff that time went to Lucas Ingham of Chase. And they'll be looking at 3rd and short. And the West moving the ball here as they have got the ball down to the 20 of the East.
Well, they need to keep, first of all, the West needs to score, but second of all, they need to keep that defense off of the field. They, the last 2 times the East has touched the ball, they've gone for long touchdown runs. So two different ways to be successful here is keep the ball moving forward and keep the defense off the field.
There's a handoff on the left side, and that's Weber again from Golden Plains, and a short gain on the play.
Great tackle by Jacob Bott from Lynn. Got the shoestrings, which kept the ball carrier short of the first down. Going to bring up 4th and a very short yard.
All right, so 4th and short for the West. 46-16 with 9:13 to go. A 30-point lead for the East, and an 8-man football, that is not impossible, although it would bode the West well to score pretty soon, though.
Yeah, they have to score and score quickly, and then steal a few possessions, whether it be the onside or turnovers.
And I think that, let's see, the East just jumped off sides, or if they're drawn off.
It looked to me like the East jumped, and then the West took off running. We'll see who they get first.
Right.
The 2 wideouts for the West are the ones that released, and that'll drive an offensive coach mad, because all they have to do is look inside, and when the ball moves, they take off.
Right.
And that's who they're going to penalize.
Yeah, it is going to be on the West. So a 4th down, all of a sudden, a very manageable 4th and 1 becomes a 4th and 5.5, 6. Puts a different complexion on this play call, perhaps.
Yes, it does. And again, when you're battling to try to keep your head above water, those mistakes can be deadly.
4th down, we'll call it about 5.5 for the West. Need to get the ball inside the 20. Stebbins has gone all the way at quarterback for the West. He'll take it, run to his right, and pitch it at the last second to Dighton. Guy Fulmer, and Fulmer's going to take it all the way in for the touchdown.
Well, it was quite a play by Stebbins. They ran Granillo to the left in motion, and then the play was option right, and Stebbins turned it inside early. The end forced him in and picked up a couple yards, but then he pitched it wide to Fulmer, and Fulmer took it down the sideline. That was quite execution, a good job of execution by Stebbins at quarterback.
So the score now is 46-22 with 8:17 remaining in the fourth quarter. And Stebbins, the quarterback, will swing it out to Granillo, who tiptoes into the end zone, so the point after is good. So Stebbins to Osvaldo Granillo for the two-point conversion, and that makes the score East 46 and West 24. Stay tuned. We'll have more Kansas 8-man All-Star football on KVSV after this timeout. All right, here, the ball fell off the tee. That has been a common theme today, has it not?
Yeah, we've seen that before.
Yeah.
And then we would see Derek Dean kick it out of the end zone.
Yeah. Stebbins is not going to use a holder. And here's the boot. Little squibber is picked up by...
It was Ben Petum from Argonia.
Yeah, okay, Ben Petum. All right. So now, 1st and 10 for the East. They lead at 46-24 with 8:16 to go in the contest. At the 33-yard line.
Well, we'll see if that offensive possession will pick up the defense for the West. The East has had great success the last two times.
We'll go down to Mike McKenna after this play. Handoff straight ahead. Good gain for Hyman, breaking tackles. We'll send it down to the west sideline with Mike McKenna. Mike?
All right, thanks, John. That's Guy Fulmer I have right next to me right here, running back from Dighton, just scoring a touchdown here for the West squad, his second of the day. Obviously, that was a pretty huge one. You guys were getting into a hole and could have easily kind of packed up ship, but you guys put together a big drive, and that was huge.
Yeah, we're trying to get the roller coaster going back up. Need some momentum.
That's one thing about it. It seems like in 8-man football, you kind of get the ball rolling, and sometimes that's all you need.
Yep, got to get it going.
How about the drive? Kind of what'd you guys talk about before the drive?
We're just going to run the ball and get it in. That was the key.
And just basically stuck to the ground game. A lot of your guys is just base offense, wasn't it?
Yep, that's what we were planning.
Right. Talk about this week. What it's been like for you?
It's been a lot of fun. Practice was kind of hard and hot, but stuck through it, and it was fun. Made a lot of friends, a lot of good friends.
Have you been impressed by all the talent that's been around you?
Oh yeah, it's way different than high school. It's fun.
What's your plans on into college?
I'm not going to college, just farming.
Okay, well, you guys are in the midst of harvest right now. Are you doing some of that with your family?
Yep, when I get back, we're starting, so.
All right, well, good luck with everything on that, and good luck the rest of the game.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys, send it back up to you.
All right, Mike, yeah, we say hello to all the wheat farmers listening in their combines and trucks in the fields and on their way to and from the fields and to the elevators today as Eric Horter of Baileyville B&B fumbled the snap, but again, I applaud him for not getting too fancy. He just fell on that football because, there's no need to, you're at midfield, so you just rather waste it down than give up a big play.
Yeah, and people who have played on quality teams and who understand how to win know that. You don't win the game on one play, and if you have a bad one, well, you get past it. You get to the next one, and you could see he just responded very calmly there and fell on the ball and lived to play another down.
Timeout on the field. We'll step aside, too. 7 minutes to go in this one. The Kansas 8-man All-Star football game, the Division II game. The East leads at 46-24. More 8-man All-Star football on KVSV after this 30-second timeout. Over the West. The East will have the football. 3rd down and 11. Hand off to Hyman, fighting for yardage. He's going to gain about 5 yards, maybe 6.
Well, that's one adjustment the East coach has made in the second half. Hyman's had the ball in his hands much more than he did in the first half, and his physical presence really made a difference, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and he's been playing both ways at times, and he's made a difference on defense as well.
That's right.
This Baileyville B&B connection has really done well for the East today. Here's Herder. Gain of about 2. Bring up 4th and short for the East.
Well, 53, Devin Chaplin's going to get credit for the tackle that time, and he made a nice play, but it was, I believe, 34, Cody Pierce, who forced up the field and caused the running back there to turn back into Chaplin. That's a good job of being assignment sound. If you do what you're supposed to do, you can help your team to be successful, and I think credit Pierce with being in the right place at the right time.
4th down and 3 for the East. Need to get ball down to the West 25-yard line. Herder, the quarterback, 2 backs behind him. Second back through. He's going to have a 1st down and more. That's Blake Wagenbach of South Barber. Shot through the hole, and there was no doubt from the get-go. Man, he was through the hole in a heartbeat.
Well, he was running behind Hyman that time in those big bodies up front, but Hyman was looking for somebody to block, so I've got to believe there was a missed assignment there by the West defense.
1st and 10. Well, we mentioned before a lot of guys out in the harvest field, and our old buddy Coach Rao, who usually joins us on these, is driving a truck and in and out of the harvest field. You think Coach Rouse enjoyed any good harvest meals through the harvest yet, Kurt?
I bet he's enjoyed every one.
Yeah, I bet so too. Herder back to pass. Got a man. Oh my, what a catch by Keating. He snagged it. Oh my.
That was a one-handed, left-handed grab.
It was. With the fingertips, he might have gotten the other hand in there a little bit, but Keating, I thought that ball was going to be too far outside for him to grab, and I thought it was just going to be out of the end zone, and Keating grabbed it for the touchdown.
Well, and he was also being defended on top of it. It wasn't that he was wide open making a circus catch. It was a well-thrown ball put to where one person could catch it, but it took a tremendous catch for it to happen.
And there was a little smoke on that ball. Jonathan Keating of Frankfort with the touchdown catch, his 2nd of the day. Here's Hyman throwing the pass in the end zone. It's going to be picked off. So the 2-pointer is no good, but the touchdown pass from Herder to Jonathan Keating of Frankfort makes it 52-24 in favor of the East. The ball just blew off the tee for Cody Hyman, and Cody was just about ready to nail that thing with his foot. That's frustrating.
Well, that's what so impressed me about Dean in that first game was it fell off and he kicked it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the bio on Keating, and it says he's going to go to Highland. It does not say he's going to play football, but the skill that he showed there's going to be some people interested in him.
And there's the boot by Hyman into the end zone for the touchback.
What has Hyman not done today?
Well, let's see. He's thrown, he's run, played defense, he's tackled.
Wonder if he got Mike a Mountain Dew.
I don't know. All right, tell you what, let's send it down to the sidelines. It looks like the guys have rounded up Jonathan Keating of Frankfort. Mike?
Jonathan just getting his 2nd touchdown grab of the day. How did you catch that one? That was a whale of a play. Describe that.
Herder put it right on the money. I stuck my hands out and caught it. I don't know.
Kind of look like something maybe in basketball. You know, you're trapped deep in the lane. He's back there at the top of the arc. Did you nod your head, say, hey, I'm going over here? Or how'd that kind of work?
He just threw it up there. I was kind of drifting across and threw it up there, and I got up there and caught, I guess.
And a one-handed grab, basically?
I honestly don't know. I just caught it and went down with it.
And I guess talk about this game so far. I mean, you guys fell behind early 16-0, and then now look at the scoreboard. What a rally. You guys scored 46 or so unanswered in a row before they just scored a while ago. But how were you guys able to come back from that early deficit?
We knew as a team that we could do it, and we've been fighting back all year, I guess. We all know each other pretty good, and we knew the knowledge inside ourselves that we could come back and get the victory, I guess.
And it seems like you guys have really, really gelled well in offense here this week. You know, obviously probably having E&B's head coach and quarterback and running back and ex-coach and all that. I mean, it's probably worked pretty much to your advantage here this week offensively.
Yeah, everybody knows what everybody should do, and the coaches are great, and we all know each other very good because we played against them, so we all know what they should do. It's pretty good.
All right, what's your plan for college?
I'm going to Highland Community College to play football.
All right, well, best of luck there, and congrats on making the All-Star game here today.
Thank you, sir.
All right, listen, back up to you. John and Kurt in the booth.
All right, very good. Thanks, Mike. Jonathan Keating of Frankfort. And on 3rd down, a short gain for Stebbins of Ashland. That'll bring up a 4th and long for the West.
A tackle made that time by Brandon James Keys of the East squad, and that was the same play where the West went for their touchdown on 4th down a series ago, and that time Keys didn't fall for any fake. He stayed home, and when Stebbins turned it up, he made the tackle.
So the West will be back in punting formation. Good snap at the 5.
Oh.
And a good boot by Corey Dinkle of Victoria. And the catch made at the 25 to the 30. And that is Mitch Engelken of Baileyville B&B.
That was a 43-yard punt.
That's a good kick. You know, the one thing Don Melby talked about a little bit earlier, I want to talk just a little bit about before the end of the day here, and that is in 2 weeks, and the Kansas-Nebraska 8-man all-star football clash will take place in Nebraska. And a lot of players from here today. One of them that's having a great day today will be on the team, and that's Mitch Engelken from Baileyville B&B will be on the team, and a lot of other kids. Dakota Thorman of Thunder Ridge is going to be. Jake Hartz of Pratt Skyline. Bubba Smith of Madison. Miles Thomas of Lakeside. Derek Dean of Little River. Ethan Slothauer of Osborne. Adam Oak of Maxville. Any of these names sound familiar?
Yeah.
We've been calling them all day. Bo Savage of Central Burden. Joel Struckoff of Thunder Ridge and Cole Shanky of Madison, outstanding 8-man players, are not here today, but they will be on the team. Damon Shure of Osborne gets to go. Kai Biddle of Central Burden. Thad Barker of Lebo. Zach Von Little of Victoria. Joe Carter from South Gray had a great game in the first game. Seth Filbert of Maxville is going, as is Jake Stoppel of Wilson. And Brian Oakes of Quinter, another guy, had a great game in the first game. The coaches for Kansas are Jerry Voorhees of Thunder Ridge, Jeff Blattner of South Gray, Jesse Stebbins of Ashland, and a guy by the name of Don Melby from Pike Valley, one of the coaches.
Well, what's impressed me this year looking at the bios of the players is how many of these 8-man players are going on to play college football.
Yep.
And Mike McKenna talked about that, too, before the game. You know, it's not unusual for these guys to go on, but I haven't done a count, but the percentage is very, very high.
Engelken, a nice run on first down, gains about 5. Second down and 5 for the East. 3:14 to go in this one, 52-24. In favor of the East. Coming up after the game, we'll have stats and several interviews. And Horter changes his direction and now swings it out to Engelken for a first down and more. My goodness, what an athletic play by Herder. Went to his right, nothing there, runs to his left. Oh, sees Engelken, tosses it to him. Engelken about a 7 or 8 yard gain for a first down.
And it was really a lateral, I believe. It was a backwards pass, but it's one of those things where keep your eyes up and you never know. And, oh, there's that kid.